Welcome to the Chairman's Report. I'm HCC Board Chair Ann Perez. On today's show, we'll take a look at new plans for an old landmark, the San Jac building on the campus of HCC Central. This historic high school was built in 1914. For 57 years, San Jacinto was one of the most dynamic high schools in Houston. Scores of students participated in all types of activities, including swimming in what is believed to be Houston's first indoor swimming pool. Houston Community College bought the building in 1971 and started the community college there. One of the standouts from the San Jac class of 1954 was Alan Finger of the Finger Furniture family. He is chairman of the board of the San Jacinto High School Alumni Association. He joins us today. Also joining us is Dr. Karun Srirama, who will talk about the extensive renovation plan for the Central College and the San Jac building. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with me today. Mr. Finger, why is this building so special?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a couple of days to talk about it, but let me begin. In 1914, when they built it, they had to get special permission to build the building on, I think, approximately 10 acres. The area wanted a swimming pool, and that was the main focus. So once they agreed to the swimming pool, the school was built. In fact, the one little bit of history I have on it said that it opened with a class of 986, and the school was designed for 700. T.H. Rogers was the principal, and there was a big criticism about the school, that it was far too big, much too far out in the country, and it would cost too much. But it started off more of a middle school, or junior highs, we called it in those days, and then became a senior high school in 1926 with the first class graduating in 1927. And among some of those people graduating then was John Meekum and Glenn McCarthy. The other thing that makes it so interesting is that a junior college started in 1929 there after classes, and in 1939 it got its own campus, and that was the University of Houston. So that was a big thing that started there. After that, or in 1929, they added on one wing of the building, which was the east wing, and that was designed by an architect by the name of Joseph Finger, no relation, but we called him cousin anyway. And he also designed the synagogue across the street, which is the Heine Theater today, where my wife and I were married many years ago. And so then I think in 1936 they added the second wing, and that's where the auditorium is, and the band room and the rifle range, as we talked about early on. And the building after that, remained pretty much the same. During the years, and of course its look was so famous, and so we couldn't determine the period of architecture. Maybe somebody will call in and tell us. But that was a very big part of town, growing much big. I think Houston used to end at, I think back in the 20s, I think it was either Elgin or Holman. I think that was the end of town on that day. So this got to be built even before town got to be moving that way. And the people that graduated from there, from Walter Cronkite and Dr. Denton Cooley, and gosh, we could fill this book with pages of people who graduated from there. Roy Hoffines, our mayor, Kathy Whitmire, another mayor. We have several mayors from various other towns that graduated from there. So the people that came there and went on to bigger and better things, and they flourished. It was a time when there was no that I know that I went there, I didn't know about bullying. It just wasn't there.
Right.
Maybe a little bit, but I know I didn't have to face it too much because I was bigger than most people, and so I didn't have too big of a problem. But it just really wasn't there. I mean, it was more kidding around, I guess, than anything else. Good friendship, good fellowship, and the sports activities were the other thing. We had marvelous sports teams, marvelous coaches, and marvelous teachers. Many of the teachers that teach at San Jacinto when it first became a high school in 27, were still teaching when I was a student there in 1952 through 54 and beyond. I mean, they just never seemed to leave. They loved it, and we loved them. I mean, we had a teacher-student relationship like nothing I can ever remember. And the one teacher that we all loved was our football coach, Dyke Rose, who actually, really brought us from childhood to I guess, adulthood, manhood, and looked after us. He really did. He was like our second father. He saved a lot of guys from going downhill, and he was quite a guy. We paid tribute to him because we all got together and contributed to a statue, which is on campus now, and will be part of the exterior part of the campus when they finish the renovation. So, all in all, it was a time when people got together, worked together, played together. I mean, most of the kids that went there grew up from childhood. I mean, next door neighbors. We all went to the same elementary school and the same junior high school almost. A few of them, when they moved to San Jacinto, came from a few other junior high schools. And but we all molded together, and we still, for my group, all communicate. And I just can't think of a better situation than that. It's a historical monument today,
Right.
And we're glad to still see it standing. It's a proud tribute to Houston, and it's growing. And the one thing I think once they're through with it is it will be a great shining light between the downtown area and the medical center, which HCC I know is involved in as well. So
Right.
It's part of a growth in that direction to bring Houston together.
Sounds like you have a lot of fond memories there.